Alright, in this video, I'm gonna talk about the new complaint raised by the parents of NewJeans members. Interestingly, this complaint is not about the person who made derogatory comments about the girls' appearances and used inappropriate language behind their backs. This person being none other than Hee-jin. Instead, the parents focus on something else, the infamous 무시해 or ignore her incident. For context, this situation involves an accusation that Hanni overheard a manager from another group saying 무시해 or ignore her in reference to NewJeans. Let's hear Hanni's words again. I think it's about here. Alright, I recently went through an experience at the HYBE building, specifically on a floor where hair and makeup services are provided. It's a space where many other artists and staff come and go. On one particular day, I was waiting alone in the hallway when some members of another team, along with one of their managers, passed by me, and we exchanged greetings. But when they came back a little later, I heard the same manager tell them to ignore me. It was said right in front of me, clearly within earshot, and I still can't understand why I was treated that way. Even now, thinking back on it is baffling and deeply upsetting. And today, Ilgan Sports released an exclusive interview with the NewJeans parents. Now, Ilgan Sports is part of the same company that recently presented a special award to NewJeans called a Frontier Award. Okay, and they are going to perform at the Korea Grand Music Awards organized by the same company, Ilgan Sports. Okay, how convenient. So according to the Ilgan Sports interview, the mothers of NewJeans members expressed deep concerns over what they alleged to be a cover-up by HYBE involving missing CCTV footage. The footage in question reportedly showed an incident where a manager instructed others to ignore NewJeans member Hanni, which has now allegedly been erased. So one of the mothers commented, strangely, only the CCTV footage where Hanni greets others remains, but the crucial video that captured the ignore her incident has been deleted. These claims come as Hanni was recently selected as witness in a National Assembly inquiry regarding workplace bullying. I talked about this last week or the week before. Now, the mothers have raised doubts about the adequacy of HYBE's internal investigation, expressing frustration over how the video containing the alleged incident was missing. They also criticized the delayed response from HYBE, claiming that despite raising the issue as early as June, the company only began reviewing the CCTV months later, ultimately returning with the conclusion that the critical footage had been erased. And interestingly, the mothers further alleged that HYBE's internal processes were opaque and inconsistent. They recounted how, after requesting the recovery of the missing footage, they were told that it was impossible to restore due to technical limitations. They also questioned why only certain portions of the footage were missing, particularly those involving the alleged incident. Now, during a meeting with Adore's current CEO, Kim Joo-young, the mothers once again raised concerns, and Kim reportedly mentioned that it may have been difficult to identify the specific incident since the CCTV did not capture audio. But the mothers countered that even without sound, body language and context could have provided crucial clues. And when asked to review all footage from the day, they were told that the company had already done so and found nothing. And this response further fueled the mother's suspicions. The situation escalated when the mothers questioned the handling of the case within HYBE, expressing confusion over why the company's security team had not been directly involved in investigating workplace bullying. Instead, they discovered that another subsidiary, Belift Lab, had been tasked with retrieving the footage. One of the mothers said, "It feels like the perpetrator was the one tasked with finding the evidence." The mothers also expressed discomfort over an emotional display by CEO Kim Jo-young during a meeting with the NewJeans members where she reportedly shed tears. Let's take a look at the article for this part. Where is this? Yeah, right here. During the meeting on the 23rd, CEO Kim suddenly started crying in front of the NewJeans members. It was so unexpected. These are young girls with little experience. By the way, 4 of the 5 members are all now legally adults. Just a side note. These are young girls with little experience, and the CEO, in the middle of a serious discussion, started showing such emotional behavior. It felt like she was trying to make the kids feel guilty. One of the members even cried, saying, "Why are you making us feel like the bad guys?" Maybe because you guys are the bad guys. Sorry, just a side note. I could not help it. We had to console the kids, telling them, "You're still school-aged, and as parents, we're sorry you had to go through this." Oh my goodness, did they really say this? All right. The mothers concluded the interview by expressing their concern over the working conditions of their children at HYBE, emphasizing their belief that, despite current setbacks, the truth would eventually come to light. So to summarize, the parents argue that the footage should have been preserved and suggest foul play on HYBE's part, implying that the most crucial part of the incident was intentionally erased. They also expressed dissatisfaction with HYBE's investigation, stating that despite repeated requests, no concrete actions were taken, leaving them feeling suspicious about how HYBE handled the situation. They further highlight how Hanni and other NewJeans members were emotionally affected, citing interactions with Adore CEO Kim Jo-young and complain about a lack of transparency in HYBE's explanations. And interestingly, one of the mothers said during the interview, here, where was this? By the way, I will translate this article and post on my Patreon page right here. So one of the mothers said, "Wouldn't it have been easier to directly meet with Hanni to identify the staff member involved and have a discussion with her or him with them? Why was the company dragging its feet for months only to end up with this drawn-out process?" This is important because at the core, what the parents seem to have wanted was to sit down and confront the protocol staff member who earns significantly less than NewJeans, who, by the way, NewJeans made 5.2 billion Korean won last year per each member. And I talked about this last time, right? 52억. So the imbalance in power here is striking. I mean, really, what was going to happen? Was this meeting supposed to resolve anything by scolding a protocol staff member? And let's pause and ask ourselves, would such a confrontation actually make sense in this situation? Given the power dynamics, is this really how workplace issues like this should be resolved? Now, on the same day, Belift Lab responded. Interestingly, it was Belift Lab who responded, okay? And they responded firmly to these accusations by releasing the following statements. 금일자 일간 스포츠 기사에 대해 알려드립니다. Hello, this is Belift Lab. Regarding the article published on October 7, today, by 일간 Sports, we would like to clarify our position. We strongly urge the immediate cessation of attempts to undermine our rookie artists with unfounded allegations of plagiarism and baseless personal controversies. We confirm that our protocol staff managers have never made a statement such as "ignore her" towards a NewJeans member. Also, there has never been an instance where eyelid members pass by NewJeans members without greeting them. These facts were confirmed through a review of CCTV footage and interviews conducted with the protocol staff and artists at the request of Belift Lab on June 13th, following the NewJeans members' parents raising the issue. The only encounter between the two groups occurred on May 27th in the HYBE building, where eyelid members were seen bowing at a 90-degree angle to NewJeans member Hanni as they exited the elevator. This is a great detail because after all, Hanni, NewJeans are 선배 compared to eyelids who are 막내. Yeah. And they were magnet before Cat's Eye debuted, but they're still at a magnet position. And by the way, bowing at a 90-degree angle looks like this. Okay, so they bowed like this to Hanni as they exited the elevator. Now on August 14th, when we reviewed this footage with Hee-jin, the former Adore CEO, she raised a new claim that the incident occurred after the greeting, suggesting that there must be another video. But the security company informed us that additional footage could not be retrieved as the 30-day retention period had already passed. Okay, and this is part of the law. CCTV 보관 기간은 법적으로 30일로 정해져 있습니다. So, here, Article 41, Storage and Destruction. The operator of a video information processing device shall destroy the collected personal video information without delay when the retention period specified in the video information processing device operation and management policy expires. Okay? The retention period shall be within 30 days after the collection of personal video information. So, by law, all the video information must be deleted and automatically deleted after 30 days. Boom. Okay, so back to the statements. Now, Min's side has since argued that HYBE deliberately erased the footage. So, what can we say? Classic Hee-jin move, right? Also, our protocol staff consistently use formal language and titles when addressing artists, making it objectively impossible for them to have said, "Ignore her." Claims that the video where this statement was made has been deleted are also unsubstantiated since CCTV does not capture audio. From the start, we conducted a thorough investigation, ensuring that all artists are always respectful to each other. Despite providing all the necessary explanations, new allegations are being raised without any verifiable evidence. As a result, what did not happen is now being discussed in the National Assembly hearing, raising suspicions of ulterior motives. Our staff, who are inherently in a weaker position compared to prominent artists, have refrained from commenting on this issue to protect themselves. Okay, so the managers, the protocol staff, try to protect themselves because they're in a weaker position. But with ongoing attempts to cement untrue stories as facts, our staff have expressed extreme frustration and mental anguish. The continuous false accusations about the interactions between artists are only harming the powerless protocol staff involved. Belift Lab has already provided Adore with 2 official responses in August and September regarding this issue. After the NewJeans member mentioned the matter in a live broadcast, referring to Hanni, which led to public discussion, we requested an apology from the member and Adore, but we have yet to receive a response. If this matter continues to defame our company, artists, or staff, and interferes with our operations, we will consider all legal measures available to us. And then here on, they came up with this timeline. Okay, so June 13th, NewJeans side raised the issue. Immediately after receiving the written complaint, Belift Lab conducted interviews with the artists and staff involved, confirming that the alleged incident never took place. To verify the facts further, we proactively requested a review of the relevant CCTV footage from HYBE. Since the complaint did not specify a clear date, Hanni never mentioned or remembered the specific date. We reviewed all available footage from May 14th to June 13th based on the artist's movement within the HYBE building. Oh my goodness, did they really do this? All because of what Hanni said? We confirmed that the only encounter between the ILIT and NewJeans members occurred on May 27th when the ILIT members bowed at a 90-degree angle to Hanni as they entered a styling room after exiting the elevator. This footage was preserved. Okay, so this is a footage that NewJeans members and the parents and Hee-jin watched, right? Because it was preserved. Now, June 19th, response shared with the NewJeans side. Based on the above investigation, we informed the new Adore board and NewJeans parents that Belift Lab staff had not made the alleged remarks or actions. August 14th, CCTV footage re-reviewed with relevant parties. Due to repeated concerns from the NewJeans side, we re-reviewed the May 27 encounter together with both Adore and Belift Lab, obtaining the consent of the artists involved. After reviewing the footage, Adore raised a new issue, claiming that the problem occurred after the captured scene. So that's what Hee-jin said, right? She raised the issue. But both parties were informed by the security company that the footage could no longer be retrieved due to the expiration of the retention period. And as I said, that's the Korean law. Privacy information, storage and destruction, Article 41. Note. While the Ilgan Sports article did not mention Belift Lab or Eyelid by name, we are providing detailed clarification due to speculation circulating in online communities that specifically name our artists. Yeah. And everybody knows what who Hanni was trying to refer to, right? So to summarize, Belift Lab responded firmly to these accusations, providing clear evidence to back up their position, right? And here's how the defense was laid out. First, they deny outright that any member of Eyelid's team staff said 무시해 to Hanni or anyone else, right? From their internal investigation, which included reviewing the CCTV footage and interviewing all involved, there was no evidence to support this claim. Second, they reviewed CCTV footage from May 27, the only date when both groups were present at HYBE's building. This footage shows Eyelid members greeting NewJeans members with a 90-degree bow. This was verified in June and reconfirmed in August with Adore representatives present. There was no missing footage at that point. Third, Belift Lab points out that after the 30-day retention period required by CCTV storage regulations, additional footage couldn't be retrieved. And according to Korean privacy laws, like I said, CCTV footage must be deleted after 30 days unless there's a specific legal request or reason to retain it, such as a police investigation or a legal case. And in this instance, no such request was made within the 30-day window. And Belift Lab emphasizes that CCTV does not record audio, so even if the Muxie comment had been made, it would not have been captured. And lastly, Belift Lab expressed concern that the constant speculation about the incident is damaging their employees and Eyelid members. They suggest that this issue, which has escalated to national attention for some reason, for a strange reason, may have other motives behind it, given that it's being raised without concrete evidence after multiple explanations were provided. Classic Hee-jin scenario, right? So given the facts, for me personally, it's clear that Belift Lab acted within the law, right? The CCTV footage was deleted according to Korean regulations, which require video to be erased after 30 days unless a legal request is made. So what about the parents' accusation that HYBE deliberately erased the CCTV footage? Wrong. Okay. Yeah, and since the parents and Adore brought up the issue well after this period, the accusation that HYBE deliberately erased the footage just doesn't hold up. And the whole situation seems to be built on speculation, deliberate speculation, right? Belift Lab took the time to thoroughly review the footage and even invited Adore at the time, the Hee-jin Adore, to re-examine both Adore, right? Plus, let's not forget that CCTV doesn't record audio. So even if the Muxie comment was made, it wouldn't have been captured. This makes the claim even weaker. Okay? And HYBE and Belift Lab's internal investigation show no evidence of any wrongdoing by island members or staff. In fact, all the evidence suggests there was a respectful interaction between the two groups, right? Which seriously undermines the accusations. Ultimately, what we're seeing here, I think, is an emotional reaction without solid proof to back it up. The facts just don't support the narrative being pushed by the parents. And now, here's a real question. Why aren't these parents talking about Hee-jin, the very person who made degrading remarks about the NewJeans members, calling them brats who can't lose a bit of weight and referring to them as pigs behind their backs? You know, she even said something like, if they try to act cool and say fancy things but don't even bother to acknowledge me, I would seriously want to kill them, lol. And yet, the parents are focused on this minor incident, one that may not have even happened, right? 무시해. Now, some people keep asking, were the leaked KakaoTalk messages from Hee-jin even real? And I know, I understand why they ask, because it's so shocking. Now, let's clear that up. Yes, they are legit. These messages were used as evidence in legal proceedings, and any evidence accepted by a court has to go through a verification process. If the messages were fabricated, they wouldn't have made it that far. And what's even more telling is that Hee-jin herself hasn't legally challenged the authenticity of these messages. She hasn't filed a defamation lawsuit, and she hasn't denied their contents, only complained about how they were presented. If they were fake, wouldn't you expect her to take immediate legal action? And as for why HYBE lost the injunction case, it wasn't because the messages were fake, but because the court didn't find her actions met the legal standard for illegal conduct, at least at the time. Okay, the legal threshold for removing her wasn't met at the time. But that doesn't mean the messages were fabricated, right? While someone is getting fatty. And she even dissed fans. These clueless kids calling themselves fans and causing a fuss. My goodness. So the bottom line, the KakaoTalk messages are real, and they show Hee-jin's true colors. So it's curious. Why are the parents focusing on an incident that may not have even happened, while ignoring these leaked messages that directly attack the girl's character and appearance? This is the workplace bullying that should be raising alarms, yet it's being overlooked. Instead of chasing down a possibly fabricated 무시해, ignore her incident, shouldn't the parents be more concerned about the demeaning words from someone who was supposed to guide and protect their daughters? So it's time to ask the real question. Why is the focus on the wrong issue, while the real problem, the toxic behavior of Hee-jin, continues to fly under the radar? Let me know what you guys all think. And as always, let's stay positive. Let's try to stay positive, respectful, and classy despite what's happening. Thank you very much.